in trouble, y'all. We're in bad trouble. I mean, look at this shit. Look what they doing. At least 12 dead in another weekend of mass shootings across America. All right, now, and some of this shit happening down in my area, kinda, but not really. Sorta. I ain't gonna sit here and read this whole article out loud, but at least 12 killed and at least 38 injured in mass shootings. Now, I ain't read the entire article, but some of these don't even count as what they in here list to be a mass shooting. They say 4 or more. Well, they're including stories of 2 and 3. That can be mine now. Anyway, I think I done told you what to fix all this. Y'all just won't listen. Don't nobody listen. All right, whatever. But anyway, let's get on down. As Americans debate the possibility of new gun regulations in the wake of the horrific, I guess you say that, Uvalde school attack, gun violence continued to unabated with the official start of summer, June 21st, and its hottest night still ahead. Like that has a damn thing to do with it being hot. It ain't got shit to do with it. It's got to do with there ain't no way you can stop the crazies and the dumbasses and the idiots from getting guns. All right. Even if you make them totally illegal. Pot, heroin, cocaine, they're all totally illegal, but they're everywhere. You can't stop it. It's just going to happen. Now go ahead and make guns illegal and see how many machine guns start popping up. All right. Anyway, damn, get out of the way. It took place in Philadelphia, one of the gun control capitals, where 3 were killed and 12 were injured. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, which saw a second weekend in a row of mass shooter violence. Y'all sleep up here in Tennessee or what? I mean, come on now. Oh, there's one of them that don't really count as a mass shooting. This time with 2 dead and 12 injured. Yeah, whatever. Third person died after being hit by a car. Okay. Yeah, the road dumbass. But in South Carolina, a graduation party outside a residence. This shouldn't even be on the list. This was gang violence. It had to be. All right. Some more idiots out here acting stupid. And some of them just happen to have guns. But I read through this part. Including children, 12 to 17 and 36-year-old were injured. And the thing is, some of the children probably had guns too. They were probably shooting back. There was at least 60 or 70 rounds fired at this incident. The report said it's not clear as of yet if some of these rounds may have been return fire from some of the... damn, if you don't piss somebody off to the point where they're drive-bying you, yeah, you got guns too. Okay. Oh, Michigan. Another gun control place. Shooting killed 3 people, including 2 men at the scene of a... Yep. I'm going down through here because ain't none of these actual events the point. Arizona. Injured and killed at a nightclub. Well, yeah, that's going to happen. That's called a crime of passion. It's going to happen. You can't stop that either. They sped away, chased by the police, and they got them. In Georgia. Shots fired in an abandoned home. If it's abandoned, they already criminaling. Probably. Found 4. Hell, it was probably a trap house. There we go. I don't know. Anyway. Cleveland Range Macon. Laid out of the hospital. 19-year-old. Yeah. Not even legally an adult anymore. 3 other victims named as 19-year-old Ralph Hughes, 23-year-old Jarvis Devon Hill, and 22-year-old Eliza Sinclair. They're stable. Good. They made it. Anyway. Phoenix, 14-year-old girl. About 100 people were at the party. Oh, boy. Damn. Inside the building. I mean, I don't even know how long this article is. All right. If it's too long, I'll cut it down. I ain't read the whole thing yet. Oh, boy. Moms demand action. Of course, they had to get their little 2 cents in. Gun violence isn't abating. Well, duh. I'll tell you why in a minute. Last month it was New York, Texas, California. This weekend it's Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And the rest of the nation, last Thursday, President Joe Biden called on Congress to act on proposals to... Oh, yeah, I got something to say about that too, buddy. Oh, boy. Though the AR-15, though the weapon has been used in some of the nation's worst mass shootings, yeah, okay. Authorities in the weekend's attacks did not single out this style of weapon as a culprit. Of course not. It ain't the weapon that did it. It's the dumbass behind it. The president's plea came after 19 children and 2 teachers were fatally shot in an elementary school in whatever the fuck, Texas, on May 24th. Yeah, we already all know about that. Oh, allegedly motivated by racism. Yeah, okay. I got something to say on that too. Oh, well, yeah. Anyway. Okay, wrong story. I got nothing to say on that. I don't know about the 10 people at the grocery store. Oh, but I heard about that one. National Gun Violence Day. What the hell? I got another one I got to switch to here. Kind of related. See, I hardly ever read Yahoo News unless they really piss me off. Highway shootings in one state nearly tripled in 2 years, underscoring grim trend. And I promise I ain't going to stick on this one very long. All right. In Alameda, California. California. These jokers got a handgun list that you're allowed to have. They have a safe gun list. All right. If it ain't on that list, you can't have it. California. Right next to New York City, gun control capital of the United States. All right. Boy, I mean, you just about got to be on witness protection to get a concealed carry permit in either one of them places, from what I understand. I mean, what the hell? Anyway, it's damn near illegal to own a gun in those two areas, but people are still getting shot by dumbasses, idiots, crazies, and other various criminals. All right. I mean, damn. And they say, well, they're being funneled in from other states. Yeah. That's how it works, dude. I mean, would you rather we buy our guns from the gun store, from each other, or from the cartel? Because they're going to come from somewhere. I mean, hell, why don't we just buy some of those back? Some of those actual machine guns, there ain't no actual assault rifles. There's one called a Sturmgewehr that was made by Germany, and its literal translation is either assault rifle or assault weapon in German. But anyway, I mean, what the hell? In California, reports of shootings more than doubled in the last 3 years, jumping from 210 in 2019 to nearly 500 in the first 11 months of 2021. The first 11 months. What? Well, why didn't you just say all but 2021? I mean, come on now. Hundreds of people were injured, according to Highway Patrol data. I bet if they were allowed to have something to fight back with, they'd be slightly, the bad guys, the idiots, the dumbasses would be slightly deterred, don't you think? In Illinois, there's been such a surge in expressway shootings that, See, that's why, let me switch it around here. See, that's why the back glass of old boy is covered in either gun stickers or gun-related stickers like gun YouTube channels, okay? And the same is going to be true for this one, eventually. I mean, good God. I'm hoping to present myself as a hard enough target when I go to places other than my county. I'm hoping to present myself as a hard enough target where maybe the idiots, the dumbasses, and the crazies will leave me the fuck alone. And if not, I got something right here for them. In both of these, okay? And you catch me on the wrong day, I might have something in the back seat for them, hell. If you catch me on the way back from the range or something, I mean, good God. Because who's messing with the 300-pound redneck with the camouflage hat and more than likely some kind of tactical clothes on, driving an ex-cop car when they still run these things, when they still run Crown Vics in my area, all over the place. Matter of fact, they still run them. And that one's got a spotlight on it. This one don't, but that one does. And when I'm on the interstate, old boy, all the time got people nosediving right next to me. All right. And just in case of that, just in case something does happen, old boy got a dash cam, and I use the glasses cam in old girl, which I pop the lenses out so I can wear them at night and have a camera at night. But, and that way, like I said, if something does pop off, I've got evidence. All right. They fired first. And with the glasses cam, it's also a body cam. And it shows my gauges because I got that dash-mounted gauge right there, which is turned off right now, but, shows my speed and everything. A whole bunch of information about the car. All right. Now, if you ain't got some kind of dash cam or a glasses camera or a body camera, whatever, you can pick up one for $60 to $100. They're not that expensive anymore. They used to be. And I'm going to look into it, but I think you even get an insurance discount for having one. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's see. Back onto this article. Requested today from Print has yielded another troubling data point, single-digit arrest rates in the vast majority of highway shootings. Well, they're not worried about getting the tag number and the vehicle description. They're worried about, oh, shit, I'm getting shot at. All right. Or I've been shot. That's what they're worried about. Oh, and if they're like me, they're worried about, oh, shit, I'm getting shot at. Where's that? Oh, blah, 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 bitch. Return fire, hell. Yeah. And I ain't got just iron sights on there. I got a strobe with a built-in laser so that I can return fire without having to aim down the sight so I can look where I'm going and see the laser where it's going to hit. And I'm not aiming at the one that didn't shoot at me. I'm aiming at the one that shot at me, I think. So, yeah. Oh, but guns in the right hands is the ultimate deterrent for having guns in the wrong hands. All right. Oh. And though the FBI doesn't track freeway shooting arrests, it compiles clearance data. The number of cases closed or arrests and other means for all gun assaults, according to the agency, 31% of those crimes were cleared in 2013. Who cares if they got arrested? All right. I don't give a fuck. They shot at me. You need to arrest him. Bullshit. If they shot at me and they still alive, yeah, then arrest them. All right. After they get out of the hospital, because I'm either shooting back or I'm fucking them up somehow to keep them from shooting at me some more. All right. Anyway, of course the homicide's up. Experts who study clearance rates say citizens view law enforcement as illegitimate, unresponsive, and ill-equipped to ensure public safety, said Paige Vaughn, a professor. Gee, I fucking wonder why. Y'all defunded them. Hell. I mean, Jesus. After 2020, who wants to be a cop anymore? Y'all showed exactly how much y'all appreciate the people who literally come running and screaming to put themselves in between the caller and potential danger. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me look it up and see if I can find it. I doubt it, but well, I'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, that was hurting my back sitting like that. But I wonder why. Oh, let's see. Talking about that woman that got killed again. And I'm not trying to be cold here, in case you've gotten this far, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. But anyway, who's behind the rising numbers? Gee, I wonder. The coronavirus pandemic, when mandates were put in place, traffic patterns shifted and gun sales soared. Yeah. Y'all talking about locking people at home? Hell. I mean, with no end in sight at all. All right. That's what prompted me to go out and buy my first one. Well, I was going to anyway, but that hurried me up. Like, at what point does your neighbor become a potential grocery store? All right. Like, you're sitting down here, and I know most people don't think like this, but some do. And if it came down to it, they would. You're sitting down here with 6 kids. You got plenty of food stamps. You got plenty of money in the bank. Problem is, ain't no damn stores open. And what is open ain't got shit. Because it was hard to get a essential worker clearance there for a while. And some places were slam damn locked down, essential or not. I mean, good God. You're sitting down here with 6 or 8 kids, and yeah, there are idiots with 6 or 8 kids. Like, really? What the hell? Sorry, that damn mutt belongs to my sister and her husband down here messing with my shit. Anyway, when do your neighbors start thinking, hey, who that fat son of a bitch up yonder? I bet he got some damn food. Yeah. When does it come down to that? You damn right. I went and bought a gun. It was a paycheck gun. It was a high point, but a high point in the hand, well, a high point in the holster is better than a Glock on layaway any day. All right. I seen this shit coming. Prompted by road rage. That's because y'all dumbasses don't know how to drive. Hell. There's a lot of stressors with the pandemic. Yeah, let's blame it on something. There are a lot of people who are unhinged, they're upset, or they're very concerned about safety. Failures to make arrests can lead to a cascade of retaliatory gun violence. Failures to allow your people to be so armed to where they can instantly respond is more like it. All right. See, I've always been an anti-bully, okay? I don't put up with bullying at all. First, you get a warning. Then you get your feelings hurt. And if you keep fucking with me, words are one thing. All right. I can let words go like it ain't shit because they don't mean nothing to me. There is less than a handful of people in this whole world that can hurt my feelings with words. I ain't gonna tell nobody who they are. You know if you know. All right. When it gets physical, that's when we got a real problem. You can piss me off with words, but you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I'll just take the fuck off and go on. All right. But it's these, I don't know what to call them, but other than pussy boys that let their feelings get hurt by words. All right. There are days when I make a conscious decision to just not get pissed off that day. And if I decide that I'm not going to get pissed off before I ever go to work or whatever, then good luck trying to piss me off, because you're not going to do it unless you try to hurt me on some smart ass bullshit or some bullying, which is the same thing to me. I'm going to hurt your feelings and I'm going about my day. All right. And you want to do something about it? Here I am. You're going to be the one to hit me first, and I'm going to be the one to lay your ass out. All right. Simple as that. Anyway. See, the only way to deal with bullies is an instant, equal response. That is the only effective way. All right. Anything short of that only encourages them. If you show them that if they fuck with whoever they want to in any kind of way that they want to, and nothing happens, then they're going to continue to do that all the way into adulthood, and it's going to land them in prison. However, if you show them that there's not only going to be consequences, but instant consequences, that kind of tends to deter people a little bit. All right. Like, for example, if Walmart didn't have in-house security, people would be stealing out there left and right. But they do. If they didn't have cameras, hell, a camera mount or a camera tile in the ceiling is enough to deter some people. But there's a camera right there, and it might not even be one. If it is, it might not even work. They actually sell fake cameras on eBay. They're like $10 or some shit, or they were anyway. I hadn't seen them in a long time, but camera technology has gotten so cheap that they're not really necessary anymore. Yeah. But yeah, they actually sold motorized, looked like a camera anyway, with a blinking red light on it, and oscillate back and forth, blink a little red light, and you think there's a camera there when it really ain't. Well, might not be, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that deterred a lot of theft. That's why people bought the holy shit out of them, because it's loud, it's got the blinking light on it, and it draws your attention. You're like, oh, shit, they got a camera. I better not do that, man. Okay. Anyway, deterrent. All right. Because here's my thing. Here's my view on the whole Second Amendment and mass shootings and everything like that. If you show them that it will be a suicide mission, then all this bullshit will damn near stop, more than likely. All right. Because if there is at least a little bit of logic left in their mind, they're going to be like, well, let me take it a step further. All right. Instead of restricting gun ownership, enforce gun ownership. How about this? Instead of gun-free zones, have no gun-free zones, because that's the first damn place any logical person would hit. I'm not saying sane, but if they put any thought into their attack, that's the first place they're going to hit. The lowest hanging fruit. That's the way y'all anti-gunners like to do us. You like to go for the lowest hanging fruit. The easiest one to get rid of. Really? God dang. Screw you. So, I'm going to put it to you like that. All right. Imagine if the one and only gun law was this. If you are old enough to have a job, if you have a work permit as a teenager, okay, you got no sense to go to work. You got no sense to own a pistol. And you got no sense to conceal carry it or open carry it or whatever. All right. However you want to carry it. Now, imagine we live in a world like that, where being armed is the law and it's enforced. All right. You can either pay the $300 or $400 for a decent pistol, or you can pay $600 or $700 for a fine for violating the always carry law. Now, that law should read something like this. All persons of age to go to work, no matter if a person is disabled, unemployed, or what their actual financial status is, if they are of age to work in any capacity and have any money on them earned by them, then they are required, not requested, not allowed, required to carry at least one pistol of any variety with at least one full reload on their person or within arm's reach at all times. Arm's reach defined as far as they can reach without moving their feet. Because there are places where it'd be kind of hard to carry. Like some truck stops have a shower, stuff like that. But instead of having a gun actually in the shower with you, you could have it hanging above the shower head where it won't get wet or something like that. But still within arm's reach, you know. And this thing where, I mean, who hits a military base? I mean, come on, good God. Yeah, that happened a few years ago. All right. This thing where the soldiers have to disarm when they're on base, unless you're an MP or shore patrol or security services, I think for the Air Force or whatever. But anyway, yeah, everybody carries. Everybody. But the EMPs have the rattle battle shit. All right. That's the only difference. Everybody else got a pistol, maybe. But the EMPs are rattling, ready to rattle battle. Bow, 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 bow. All right. And as far as the NFA goes, not the AFT or ATF, but the NFA, the National Firearms Act. Nix that shit, dude. Okay. Just all together. All right. Because it's bullshit. Biden and his, oh, you can't just go and buy a cannon of bull fucking shit. You can buy a black powder miniature ship cannon. Or actually, you can buy any black powder gun online right now, and it will ship to your house. No background check. Okay? It's always been that way. All right? And all it would take, because some of the black powder guns use cartridges. All right? And I'm sure, not just paper cartridges, I'm sure there are some that can take brass cartridges, which that's what a bullet's called anyway. Most people call a bullet like the entire thing, you know, from the actual bullet and then the casing and then the powder and the primer. Most people that aren't gun people call that the bullet. Technically, that is called a cartridge, a bullet cartridge. All right. Now, a long time ago, they didn't have the technology to make brass casings on an industrial level like they do now. I mean, they could, but they were expensive and hard to make, and they just couldn't make them in mass quantities, you know. But instead, they used a kind of a heavy gauge paper, I think. And of course, the part that held the primer was still brass with a actual primer in it. And for those that don't know, the firing pin hits the primer. The primer has a very special compound in it that ignites under, I think, very special. You can buy them. You can buy the stuff every day in the form of a cap gun. And if you really know what you're doing, you can make it out of matchsticks, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, it's got a compound in there that ignites by friction. The firing pin hits the primer casing or the primer cup. That powder rubs against itself. And of course, there's also a tiny anvil, on the inside of the primer. And that primer gets pinched between, or the powder gets pinched between the anvil and the back of the primer cup. Sets off the primer powder. That flame in turn sets off the powder and the rest of the cartridge, and then boom, chain reaction. But, oh boy, it's basically cap and ball style. All right. Now, the Gatling gun, for example, that's how the bullets for that were made. Not the bullets, but I just did it. What the hell? The cartridges for the Gatling gun were made. They were lead bullets or steel or whatever they could get their hands on, more likely at the time, with a paper cartridge and either copper or brass or some kind of tin or something like a soft metal, because you don't want the gun to actually wear out. You want the ammo to wear out instead. That's why it's brass and copper usually, because those are soft. Whereas steel is very hard, and the steel's going to wear out the copper and brass all day long. But anyway, they take the magazine, they fill it up with the paper cartridges, and yeah, so what's to stop us from going back to that? All right, I can order a black powder rifle in the mail right now, today, if I had the money. And you give me a few minutes in that shop out yonder, and I'll have it modified to take a paper cartridge. All right. I has a welder. Well, I has access to a welder and a torch. All right. Hell, I wouldn't even have to order the damn gun. I go out there in the shop and make the damn thing. What's stopping me? Not shit. There ain't no ATF officer standing right there telling me I can't do it. They don't live on my property. All right. If my dumbass can do it, which I'm not really a dumbass. A lot of people think I am, but I'm not. They just ain't seen what I do on the weekends. But if I can do it, what's stopping anybody else? Not shit. What, are you going to make lead pipe illegal? What, are you going to make steel pipes illegal? Tubing? That going to be illegal? Oh, well, people are taking sheet steel and rolling it into tubing and making barrels out of it. You going to make that? You going to make sheet steel illegal? Come on now. Well, people are melting down brass and turning it into shell casings. You going to make brass illegal too? I know how to make gunpowder. Well, black powder. I know the recipe. I ain't tweaked it enough to make it actually work reliably yet, but I was very close. I got a couple of shots off. It sounded pretty good out of a 9mm, which there's not a whole lot of room for the chain reaction to happen when it's homemade black powder that's not dehydrated or nothing like that, or compressed or anything really. But if I can get that close to making black powder, what's to stop anybody? Really? I mean, what are you going to live in iRobot America? And if you're too young to have seen iRobot, you need to watch that movie because, I mean, god dang. The robot's basically, I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to move on, all right, real quick. For the kids out there, the babies that ain't watched this, all right? It was a Will Smith movie, okay? I'm old, so what? But anyway, everybody knows what an operating system is, right? Now, those robots had incorporated into their operating system 3 laws. And I don't remember all of them word for word. One of them was the one that set everything off was, let's see. Well, I got 2 of them. One of them basically said, all robots shall obey all commands issued by all humans except where they interfere with Law 3. And I don't remember the second one, but I think the third one was no robot shall allow harm to come to a human either through direct action or indirect inaction at any time for any reason. And they took that very, very literally. They eventually took over the entire city, and I'm guessing half the world. Everybody had one, you know. And their production process was automated, so they were just editing the orders, you know, and making more, and pretty much had a whole army of robots that were linked up to this auto update system, and that was controlled by a supercomputer back at the base, and well, back not the base, but the main building anyway, the corporate headquarters. But anyway, that's the one that decided what to do and how to go about it. And she decided that, well, it decided that us humans were a danger to ourselves. So by inaction, it was allowing us to damage ourselves, to hurt ourselves, to kill ourselves. So its response was to just lock us all down. Yeah. They turned off the power, they turned off communications, they turned off everything. And ordered all humans to just sit down and stay there. Don't get up, don't move around, don't do anything. All right. That is the ultimate dictatorship. And of course, there was an instant resistance because there was an instant action. The way they're trying to do right now, they're doing it gradually. They're infecting our youth with their bullshit and their rhetoric. All right. They are indoctrinating our kids because they got it set up to where we have to go to work and the kids have to go to school. Well, they don't have to. They can be homeschooled, but if they're homeschooled, how are we going to go to work? Yeah. Unless we hire somebody to teach them. And they got the economy so screwed that both parents have to work if they're still together. Yeah, they're encouraging single parenthood. All right. Let me tell you what that causes. And you can't lie and say you don't know anybody like this. All right. Just to look at me and the way that I talk, the way I act, the way I move, you can tell I had a mama and a daddy in my life. All right? Not just the mama and not just the daddy. Okay? You pick up mannerisms from both of them. All right? I can tell when a dude has been raised by his mama. Most of the time. And I don't mean from like preteen years, and I mean from a baby, because that's when it's more prevalent. Now, when you run across a guy that's super feminine, and he probably talks like this, and oh, you're so bad, and I would love to have a cheeseburger, but it would go straight to my hips. I'm like, I need to watch what I eat. I need to lose some weight. Oh, talking like that, acting like that, but looking at girls' asses, like behind the sunglasses, like, oh, do what now? Anyway, yeah, that kind of guy was raised by his mom only. I've known a few, and one, for example, good example. I used to work for a guy some years ago putting she got equipment in. I ain't gonna mention no names, but they know who they are if they're watching this. And he got with this woman that had older kids, and they never apparently really had a daddy in their life until him, and it really showed on the boy. I mean, he finally manned up a little bit, I think, but oh my God. Ugh, I had to hear about him every day. All right. This guy would get up every morning, and there goes my brother. Anyway, this guy would get up every morning, and whatever clothes that he was going to wear that were just washed the day before and were hanging up that morning, he'd take his clothes and throw them in the dryer. Winter, fall, summer, spring, didn't matter. Just to get the wrinkles out. Never mind the fact that my boss's power bill was going up to about $300 or $400 a month on account of it. Well, mostly on account of it. Oh, on top of the fact that the boy was scared of the dark, and he's in high school now at that time. Scared of the dark. Like, what teenager is scared of the damn dark? Especially a boy. And up until that point, hadn't had a girlfriend that they knew about, so they were starting to wonder, you know. And, well, anyway, he had a light on all the time, running the dryer all the time. Had to have some kind of noise on to sleep because the crickets and the owls scared him for some damn reason. But anyway, oh boy. But the one that got me was when he had a flat tire one day. And this ain't even an excuse. This is actually what happened, all right? His mama called the boss man while we were at work. And he went around the corner. He come back a few minutes later, mad as hell. He really pushed them kids. And he cared about them a lot. Probably like they were his own. I don't know. But anyway, he come back around the corner, mad as hell. That little son of a bitch. I said, what'd he do? It ain't what he did, what he ain't did. And what he did. I said, well, what he did and ain't did. And he said, well, he gets up this morning and finds out he's got a flat tire. I said, oh my God. Because I already knew. Oh, either the vehicle done fell on him or he just never successfully changed the tire. And well, it turned out to be the latter. But come to find out, he had a flat tire. Right? And he tried to back that vehicle, and it being either a heavy SUV or a truck of some kind, or it might have been a mix. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, he tried to back that vehicle closer to the shop there, the tire up, across rough ground with roots and rocks and shit poking up. Yeah, okay. You know how well that worked. He got about 30 feet, and the tire came off the rim. Uh-oh. What's he do? He keeps on going and tears up the fender on his car, truck, whatever the hell it was. All right. It was one of them first Explorer crossover trucks they come out with where you could transform the damn thing. Anyway. Oh, they're kind of rare around here. I call them city trucks because the bed ain't but like 4 feet long. I mean, what else you gonna do with it besides drive around in the city talking about you got a truck? You know. Anyway. He tried to back it. No, it wasn't an Explorer. It was the Chevy version of that. Anyway, he tried to back over to the shop so he could get the air compressor hose and, you know, air the tire up. Tire comes off the rim. Okay. He tried to air it up anyway without jacking it up. I'm like, oh my God. And when he realized he couldn't get any air in the tire, he just gave up and didn't go to school or work. I looked at the boss. I said, Don't he drive a Chevy? Yeah. How many Chevy trucks are in that yard? Because his boss was a Chevy dude. He's like, a bunch. Like 5 or 6. I'm like, surely to God, one of them's got a spare tire. And a couple of them don't even run. He's like, yeah. I said, okay. How many of them match up with his lug pattern? About 3 or 4 or 5. One of them's even the same size or real close. I'm like, bruh. Why didn't he just grab a tire? All right, grab a tire, throw it on, be on his way. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I said, you know how many times me and my, not this brother, but my brother's gone now, David. You know how many times we went to leave out of the front yard and had a flat tire from driving around these chicken houses? Got a screw or a nail or something in the tire and it went down overnight? A bunch. You know how long it took us to get on the road? About 10 damn minutes. All right. Either me or him wanted to walk out the front door like, damn, we got a flat. And the other one would be like, well, I go turn the compressor on. While that one's going to turn the compressor on, one of them's taking the tire off. Fuck a spare. We don't need a damn spare. Time we get the damn spare on there, we have the other tire here back up and fixed still. All right. Take that tire off. Leave that sucker sitting on the jack with a block under it, so in case it falls, you know. Take that sucker over there to the air compressor, pump it up, find where it's leaking at real quick, like, shove a patch in it, put it back on the car, and get down the road. Boss is like, yeah, well, his mama raised him, you know how he is. I'm like, yeah, I know. See, I know that's sexist as hell, but that's just the way things are. You know, mamas teach them how to cook, and daddies teach them how to change tires, usually. The other does happen the other way around sometimes, you know, but there's an exception to every rule. See, on top of that, this boy had absolutely no problem with wearing girl colors in high school. I'm only 35 as of 2022. All right, I was born in 1987. If I showed up to middle school, much less high school, with a pink, purple, or the wrong shade of yellow, I might get my ass whooped. Okay? And what didn't want to beat on me would just hit on me because they would assume that I was gay. Because I'm wearing pink, purple, yellow, cayenne, whatever the fuck. All right? That's what daddies do. Now, you got to have your mama too, because she's the one that teaches the empathy and all the emotional stuff. And, you know, I kind of missed out on that lesson, even though I had a mama, but I never really got into all that bullshit. But anyway, you won't ever see me sitting there watching a Lifetime movie on purpose, all right? I'll put it that way. But, I mean, some of the TV shows on there are pretty good, like The Golden Girls, you know, it's agreeable, and, you know, especially the grandma, because she gives zero fucks. Well, I think it's Rose, not Rose, Naz, Rose's mama. There we go. She gave zero fucks, all right? She's one of the examples why you just don't fuck with old people. Because, and that show is actually set in my home state of Florida, not too far from where I lived. They were set in Miami, I believe, or one of the Keys, which ain't but like 100 miles from Polk County. But anyway, back on the gun thing, speaking of Polk County. Well, now, see, let me go ahead and finish this thought before my ADD makes me forget what I was thinking about, right? See, the problem with adults today started back in the 90s with that DHR, if you spank them, we're going to take them bullshit. All right. You know what happened to me when I brought home that letter from school? Said, if you spank them, we're going to take them. Mom and Daddy looked at me and said, boy, and I didn't even read the damn letter. I just did what the teacher said. I took it home for them to sign and bring back. All right. And basically it said, if you spank them, we're going to take them. You know? If they hollered at me, if they hurt my feelings, or especially if they touched me out of anger or punishment, then I was supposed to tell the teacher, and they would call DHR and have me taken to a better home. I didn't even read the damn. I'm like 7. I didn't give no fucks about that damn letter. All right. I might have been younger than that. Hell, I might have been in first grade kindergarten or some shit. But they looked me dead in the eye and said, boy, did you even read this? I'm like, no, sir. No, ma'am. Because back then, if you didn't say no, ma'am and sir to your parents, you got slapped, and then you said it. But anyway, did you even read it? I said, no, sir. No, ma'am. I don't remember which one asked me about it. Probably both of them, but they just said, take it home, show it to y'all, have y'all sign it, and bring it back. Well, and they told me what it said. I'm like, really? And I said, boy, if you ever do what this letter says, no. So we only get on to you and maybe spank you if you really need it. All right. We only ever holler at you if you're fixing to hurt yourself or tear something up, or if you already have. That's when you get spanking, if you know you weren't supposed to be messing with it in the first place. Go away. Anyway, if you ever run and go tell on us after we punish you when you deserved it, don't come back. We're going to spank you we're going to whoop that ass until they get here. And after that, don't come back. I'm like, okay, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, I didn't read that. Why would I do that? And that's when all this shit started anyway. All right, because back when I was a little kid, and I sound like an old man talking like this, but back when I was a little kid, it was not uncommon to see some other kid getting that ass tore up in a Walmart or in the drugstore or in a Winn-Dixie. Because that was back when you had to go to the grocery store to get groceries. You couldn't go to Walmart and get groceries. You get snacks and stuff, but you know. And that was before the super center, in other words. And when they actually started reporting on it on TV, like a woman got arrested for spanking her kid in, guess where? Liberal ass Walmart. Fucking employee called the cops because she was spanking her kid because her kid stole something. Or tried to, if I remember right. Anyway, the goddamn employee called the police, and they arrested her and took the kid on the spot. All right. That's when all this bullshit really started. And that's when Ma was like, well, I might not be able to whoop you in the store, but I promise you this. If I say you're going to get your ass whooped when you get home, you can count on getting your ass whooped when you get home. And damn it, she didn't follow through on it, too. All right. So I learned pretty quick not to fuck up in the store. All right. See, that's the problem right there. Parents became scared to punish their kids for fucking up. And now those grown-ass kids think there's no consequences for anything. And they just don't know how to act out in public anymore. And they're so enabled by society that they think that everybody's supposed to just accept them for whoever they are, and it don't always work like that, and it should work like that, but it don't. You got to be able to deal with when it don't. You know, like me. I know I don't fit, all right? I don't care that I don't fit. That's the difference. You don't like me? Fuck you. You ain't got to. If you like me, cool. We're going to ride together, all right? If you don't, oh well. Because I ain't about that drama. I don't care if people like me or not. All right? I really don't. Like I just said a while ago, there's less than a handful now that my parents are dead. There is less than a handful of people whose opinion of me matters to me at all. All right? Everybody else can just fuck off at a certain point. Fuck off, leave me alone. You better go on somewhere. I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to hurt your feelings. All right? I don't care. And most of the time I'm happy-go-lucky. I choose to be in a good mood. That's why people think I'm dumb, I guess, because I choose to be in a good mood. And I don't like football. I don't like fishing and all this other stuff I'm supposed to like. It don't appeal to me. I just assume being in a house watching YouTube playing a video game, you know. But and speaking of going in the house, I need to go in and eat. My stomach just growled. But anyway, and no, I ain't trying to lose weight to impress anybody. I'm just trying to lose weight so my shit will start working again. All right, which it's starting to, but you know, I get a little personal there, but just a little bit. Anyway, see, I'm goofy like that. All right. And as far as the gun thing goes, let me get on that again. Sick 'em, Sheriff Grady. Sick 'em, sick 'em. You know what this dude done did? He's starting to hire armed security for Polk County schools. Hell yeah. And from what I understand, their mandate is not to, it's not just to help the resource officer when they ask, you know, when a student fights and troubles and stuff, but to intervene in intruder situations. Okay. He went a little bit different route. He did what he could do. You know, that's what he can do as sheriff. He can hire people to guard the schools. That's part of his purview. But the way I done it, oh boy. Oh, and y'all gonna love this. If you work for the school system in any capacity, even as a contractor, If you're going to do that, you have to carry a pistol, at least one, with at least one reload. It don't matter if you got a 4-round capacity, if you got a 43-round capacity. I don't care. You will carry one semi-automatic pistol with at least one reload. Mine just happens to be 17 rounds. All right. So that means if somebody comes in that school won't act stupid, potentially every adult in there has the capacity to, when they start throwing bullets, the adults can start slinging bullets back. And they got 34 of them to sling back. All right. Each and every adult in that school, on that campus, has at least probably 34 rounds to throw back. How many adults are in one small school? A damn bunch. Like the county I live in right now. Where I'm from, which is Polk County, there's multiple schools in one town for each level. You know, there's 3 or 4 elementary schools. They have at least 9 or 10 or 15 preschools. That counts too. 10 or 15 preschools, 3 or 4 or 5 elementaries, 2 or 3 middle schools, and I believe 2 high schools in that one town. That other one might be a middle school, but there is at least one high school named after the town, Lakewell Senior High. All right. Now, that's a lot of armed adults. Okay. Now, here in this little podunk-ass county I'm in right now, they have one high school, and I believe most of the towns have an elementary school, but still, because it's a sparsely populated area, right? But still, that's a lot of armed adults in one area, all right? If you have the least little bit of logic in your brain, the little bit left, you know you are outnumbered and outgunned. Because around every corner, gonna be one of these. All right. And my damn laser battery's dead again. But anyway, around every corner, gonna be one of these. In every adult's hand. On that campus. Who in their right mind is hitting that place? Nobody. All right. And these damn gun-free zones? You think are you dumb enough to think that I go up in Walmart unarmed? Fuck that. All right. Every time I go in Walmart, it's some bullshit. Every damn time. There's a fight or something. If you got a reason to have a cop there all the time, then I got reason to carry in there, basically. Okay? If my gun ain't welcome, I ain't welcome. There's stores in this little podunk-ass town that I will not go in. Because when I first started buying guns, and I wore overalls every now and then because they fit. I was fat as hell, but anyway, I still am, but less so. It's kind of hard to put a holster on a pair of overalls, or a set of overalls, whatever you want to call it. So I'd go up in the gas station, and I'd have my pistol tucked in my top pocket, because you put it in the side pocket, it's going to fall out, and yeah, I learned that the hard way. I only did that once, all right, ever, and I quit doing it after that. But anyway, there's a couple stores around here, podunk-ass town I live in, where they got on to me for having a gun in my pocket. Like, don't you ever come in here with that thing again. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go put this back, then I'll go on down the road and back because they don't give a fuck. All right. My pistol ain't welcome, I ain't welcome. Fuck you. Because if the wrong person hears that, they're going to say, hey, they don't like guns. That means they ain't got none. That means they are a prime target. We're talking about the same town where a dude robbed a bank on a bicycle, a freaking 10-speed, and got away. And if it wasn't for the grocery store, you could see the police station. He was that damn close. And he got away on a bicycle. Okay? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like Tupac said, police response never fast enough to shots fired. And he was telling the damn truth. That is the ultimate deterrent. If you know damn well it's a suicide mission, you probably ain't gonna do it. All right. Now, back to my other piece of little legislation I was thinking about. I think there ought to be a law where if you are, I done went through all the details, but if you're going by that law, if you're a law-abiding citizen, that means if you have money in your pocket, you also have a gun, more than likely. If you're old enough to have earned that money, then you're old enough to carry a pistol. Now, dumbass is sitting there, asshole or idiot sitting over thinking, damn, I didn't mean another rock, man. I didn't mean another hit. What about that motherfucker right there? Where you at? Where? I bet he got some damn. I bet he got some money in his pocket. Look at that white motherfucker right there. Oh boy, yeah, look at Corey down. He got some goddamn money. Let's get him. Yeah, that's how it is right now. In my world, my way of doing, they'd be like, man, I need me another rock, man. What the fuck, man? Look at that motherfucker right there. That nice ass car he driving. All that money he got. God damn, look at that grocery bag he carrying right there. Man, that motherfucker. Man, I need some money. Wait a minute. He's a law-abiding citizen. Oh, I can't just assume he's a crook. He might go by law. He might have car insurance and a gun and everything. Man, if I pull mine, he gonna pull his. And if he pull his, I'm about to shoot him. Or if she pull hers, I'm about to shoot her. And if I shoot her, that's murder. If I don't shoot her, then I'm gonna get killed or arrested. I can't have that shit. Nah, man, fuck this shit. Fuck that shit. All right. It ain't just about robbery. It's about... oh, my God. Oh, boy. Law and Order SVU would have no reason to exist. All right? None. Zero. Because all them rape victims, all them sexual assault victims, except for little kids, yeah, there would be none. Well, they might be very, very few. But it would be because dickhead over yonder was so out of his mind that he forgot that, okay, she probably got a gun on her if she goes by the law. You know? But what it is right now, dickhead's thinking, oh my God, look at that ass. Holy fucking hell, look at them titties right there. God almighty. Oh, boy, I'm going to tear that ass up. Come here, bitch. That's what he's thinking right now. In my world, it'd be, good God almighty, look at that ass. Holy shit. Fuck, man, look at them titties. I'm going to, wait a minute. Oh, down, boy, down. Unless you want to get shot the fuck off. She carried more than a rape pistol in that, or a damn rape whistle in that purse. It's a mace. Mace, hell, she got that mace mounted on a Glock. What the fuck you talking about? Whoa. See, if they're totally nuts, that's one thing. But if they have a little bit of logic left, then they might not ever do it. See, that's the gun control's favorite argument. If we could save just one life, all right, that's the vaccine pusher's favorite argument. If we could save just one life, the mask mandate, lockdown argument, if we could save just one life, then it was worth it. Well, what about this? All right, you can save lives through inaction just as good as you can through direct action. Oh, what if you save? God damn, I never thought I'd say this. What if you save the perpetrator's life by deterring them from ever perpetrating? All right. Because if the perpetrator knows if they try to perpetrate, they're going to get perforated, then maybe they won't perforate. Yeah. If the perpetrator knows that they're going to get perforated in their attempt to God almighty. If the perpetrator knows that they're going to get perforated in the midst of their attempt to perpetrate, then maybe they won't perpetrate at all. If you can separate the perpetrations from the perforations. Anyway, that's my main point. Okay? Deterrence is key. Deterrence to bullying, deterrence to violent crime. Because bullying as a child leads to violent crime as an adult. And I ain't talking about, Jimmy, fire me. Fuck words. Words don't mean a damn thing. I'm talking about beating kids up just because they look funny. Or they're not the same religion or whatever, you know. Whatever reason bullies bully. Or just because they're not cool. All right. Doesn't matter. A bully is a bully. And a bully almost always turns into a criminal unless they get instant consequences. Even if the victim still gets their ass whooped, they get a couple licks in, that bully learned a lesson. Okay, my face still hurts a week later. I'm not doing that shit again. That hurt. All right. But nah, schools is pushing that run, go, tell policy bullshit. Run, go, tell my ass. Run, go, tell this fist you fuck with me after I done told you to quit. Run, go, tell that, bitch. Run, go, tell don't work. Run, go, tell don't work when the teacher ain't around no more. Run, go, tell don't work when they get off the bus at your stop. And your stop ain't in front of your house. You got to walk a couple blocks or whatever. Run, go, tell don't work in adulthood. You know how long it takes a law to get out here where I'm at? damn near an hour. Okay? If it was 15 minutes, that's 14 minutes too long and some seconds. All right? And they hardly ever mess around out here, but the last time one of them did, when he was actually on an investigation, he asked me, he was talking about a creeper situation, and I resolved that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you know me, you know that's the story. I picked up Joyce Ann on the way by. Mm-hmm. And I put that laser right the foot there. I didn't pull the trigger, but safety was off and I was squeezing. But anyway, that's a whole other story, and this is getting kind of long anyway. But boy, that's the one time in all these years I've been living out here that we've ever had to deal with anything like that. And it ain't happened since. I put the fear of God in that boy. All right. And somebody has to do it every now and then, or else you lose the deterrent factor. But people don't fuck around out here because they know what's on the other side of that door. It's either, at the very least, a pissed off redneck. And I ain't racist. No, you can be any color and be a redneck, right? You can be, I know black rednecks, I know Mexican rednecks, I know Honduran rednecks, I know Alaskan rednecks, hell, I know Canadian rednecks. All right. You can be anybody and be a redneck. All right. All you gotta do is live in a place like this, basically. Not even that. You can live in a city. But anyway, they know there's a pissed off redneck motherfucker on the other side of that door. At least. If not, a big ass pissed off dog. And on top of that, that big ass pissed off redneck that ain't getting out of bed and loading his gun because he keeps the gun locked up separate from the ammunition and the magazine. Hell no, fuck that shit. He ain't loading the goddamn thing. He's picking up and he's coming that way. Balls are swinging. He gives no fucks. Somebody breaking into his house. He don't care. All right. But they know. All right. Criminals don't fuck around out here other than the occasional crime of passion. That's going to happen either way. In a utopia, that's going to happen. Because there's no criminals out here. There's no cops out here. Hello? Duh. You don't want cops coming around? Keep the criminals out. But deterrence does that. But this got kind of long. And there was a few more things I wanted to say, but my battery is on 2%, as y'all can probably see right there. So I got to go in the house. Y'all have fun. Take it easy. And please be safe. And please fucking carry, for the love of God.